Welcome to the FCICA Product Webinar Series. We are pleased to have Jeremy Whipple of Novalis International with us today to talk about their AVA product line. Jeremy, the floor is yours.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time today. As Lizzie mentioned, my name is Jeremy Whipple. My title at Novalis is I'm the VP of Commercial Business Development. I'm going to be talking today about a couple of products from Ava, which is our commercial brand from Novalis, and something that we're very excited about, some PVC flooring options. A real quick intro to Novalis, if you don't know about us. We were one of the original producers of LVT. The factory started almost 30 years ago, and we were the very first LVT manufacturer in China to have a factory and to ship material out. And we believe we're one of the largest LVT manufacturers in the world. What we have also seen as we have a couple brands in the market, both Ava and our Novafloor line, is the need for complementary products and unique products. And with our manufacturing experience, we're going to be talking about what should be considered a more unique option that complements our LVT options as well, and that's a PVC-free sheet product that we recently launched. So today I want to talk about the product itself. I also want to talk about the product category, PVC-free flooring. It's besides rubber, linoleum, the components that make up our product are fairly unique. But we believe it's a growing niche category, and my goal today is to provide some details because I think you're going to see more products like this in the near future in the commercial flooring market. So, like I said, I'm going to go over just in general the PVC flooring options in a product like ours. So, I welcome questions to this whole process. As you have a question, please type it in, and we'll certainly address it. And also, if there's any questions after this presentation, feel free to contact myself and our team at Ava. We'd love to talk to you about these products. So to kind of start off here, bring the first slide up. Basically, a really simple question: why PVC free? There is right now an increasing demand from the architectural and design community for more PVC-free products. My previous background, I worked for a rubber manufacturer for 16 years, so I'm very familiar with the rubber side of PVC-free products. What you're going to find from ours, and I'm going to go into it a little bit more, is there's some other components and raw material compounds that can also contribute to produce PVC-free products. But why is it so important right now is the demand is growing because some of the green certifications and the grading systems are really showing a preference towards PVC-free versus a PVC-based flooring product. And that can be LVT, that could be VCT, that can be sheet vinyl. I won't go into the debate of whether PVC is the right manufacturing raw material or not. We actually obviously manufacture a large amount of our products with PVC. We believe it's a very safe and environmentally friendly product. If you look at our environmental statements and what we do and how we participate in the green movement, you can be a very positive, focused company and positive results company on the green side. But there are certifications right now in grading systems, and we'll talk about a few of those later, that basically don't provide positive results or positive points to in their grading system if you have PVC in your product. So our manufacturing team has always been very interested in producing a PVC-free product, and I think what you're going to see today is a pretty nice product that we've developed, and we're really excited about it. And then, the other thing why PVC-free is historically PVC-free products, I mentioned before rubber, have historically had really high performance characteristics related to their product. Durability, ease of maintenance, long-term life cycle cost savings. And so, we kind of hit all of the key decision makers right now. When you look at why PVC free is important to the design community, to the building owners, and people that are in the buildings using it every day. Having a healthy building, having a healthy environment. So PVC free right now is extremely important to the key decision makers that decide what floors go into the buildings. Why right now are PVC-free products not as prevalent? It's because it is difficult to compound and create products with PVC-free attributes. It requires different mixing or compounding and or manufacturing equipment to produce some of these products that, one, it's very costly to enter the business. It's very costly to maintain these equipment, and some of the raw materials are pretty costly, and it's not something that you could typically make vinyl products, PVC products, with on the same equipment. So we certainly have invested in some new technology. We've certainly invested a ton of time and resources in R&D to develop synergy and energy, which I'm going to talk to you about here in a little bit. And when we talk about PVC-free compounds, besides rubber, both natural rubber and SBR, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, there are other PVC-free compounds besides polyvinyl chlorides that you can use. And I listed a couple on the slide: polyethylene, polypropylene, polyolefin, and there are some products out there made with some of these. The problem with some of these products is they have very different performance characteristics, and as I mentioned, reactionary characteristics that make them difficult when you formulate a product. Some of these compounds, when you start manufacturing it, they become very stiff. Some of these raw materials, they're not very scratch resistant, or they're resistant to adhesives. So I can tell you these products that we developed that we're going to talk about here in the next slide took about 3 years of solid R&D work from the Novalis team to really create what I believe is an impactful product that's going to really impress the industry. So when we look at this, it's difficult. There's a reason why there aren't many of these products out there. There's a reason why a lot of manufacturers aren't jumping into the PVC-free market, because there's a cost barrier just from equipment, raw materials, time, effort, output. As I mentioned, I've come from a rubber background. There's not many manufacturers that are jumping into the rubber business. If they are, it's because they purchased another manufacturing company. So we're really excited to be launching a PVC-free product. You don't see many launches of this significance, and so I'm going to move on and actually talk about our products. But I feel it's very important to understand right now, the needs that the market is looking for PVC-free, and the expectation of the characteristics, and why it can be difficult. And so when we talk about these products, we're launching Synergy and Energy, and it's really going to be a year-long initiative on our side. So as you can see on your slide, we have launched 2 products, Synergy and Energy. We did a preview at NeoCon Chicago this past June 2018. We had it installed in several different locations. Not only our distributor showroom, Spartan Services in Chicago, but we actually had it installed at the NeoCon trade show in a very large area, the product expo from Interiors and Sources. We had several thousand square feet installed, glued down, welded, and the product performed amazingly well. And in that sort of environment of a trade show, with walking traffic, displays, there was trades on the floor after it was installed for several days, heavy rolling loads put on it. We were beyond happy with the results. The overall feedback of the floor was extremely positive, both the visual side of it, the aesthetics, and the overall performance. We actually had individuals take the floor up after and reuse many of the square footage there. So we're doing right now a blind installation test with a major brand in the market that's performed over a 90-day period. And this area, which we're lucky to partner with this major brand, and unfortunately they won't let me mention them, it gets about 3 to 4 million steps of foot traffic a month, and then it has heavy of rolling loads from strollers, wheelchairs, and we're about 3/4 of the way through that process, and the product that we're reviewing it weekly has just performed amazingly. So we really do go through the whole process of really making sure our products are ready to go, both performance from a support side, from a technical side, from a sampling side, from a sales side. And so even though we previewed this in Chicago, we're really officially launching this at the Healthcare Expo in Phoenix. That'll be coming up here in the next week or two. Because of it being a PVC-free product, we're really seeing it be a healthcare-focused, an education-focused, and assisted living-focused product. So a little bit about the product itself. In the next slide, I'll actually show you a cross-section of the product. But it is a heterogeneous sheet good. It has a wear layer like an LVT, and it has a urethane finish. Some of the compounds I mentioned before, it is an olefin base, but because we have the wear layer and the enhanced urethane finish on top of it, the scratch resistance is far superior than a typical olefin-based sheet. Sometimes also with olefins, it can be difficult to install. One of the things that you'll see in the cross section, which I'll go ahead and bring it up here so everyone can see that, is we have a base layer, a foam base layer, and also a scrim on the back that is specifically created by our engineering department to grab and hold the various adhesives that we'll talk about that can be used for this product. So each one of these components has been specifically formulated for this product. And I think that's where we really bring a unique product to market. You have a PVC-free scrim, you have a PVC back layer, you have a PVC-free print film, which is a very difficult process that most manufacturers can't achieve, a PVC-free wear layer, and obviously a urethane PVC-free enhanced urethane finish as well. So, while this may look like probably the closest individual look would be like a wood grain sheet vinyl, you don't have any sort of PVC content, and actually we believe we've more than significantly enhanced the performance versus a typical PVC or vinyl sheet good. So that's the cross section. Go back to the products itself. We have 16 products or 16 SKUs, 8 wood looks, 8 stone. Definitely a glue down installation. Installation wise, what you're going to do is it's obviously going to be glued down. With it being a sheet good, and since it's going to be healthcare, assisted living, education focused, we assume most of the time they're looking for a seamless installation. So we offer both a hot weld through a weld bead scenario and also a cold weld system. We believe both a hot weld and a cold weld installation, each of those scenarios offer some different attributes depending on what the installation site requires. And then, but from an installation side, it's not going to be much different than installing like a sheet vinyl or a typical sheet product in a healthcare situation. You can flash cove it. Like I said, you can heat weld it, you can cold weld it. It's going to be very similar to that. So the education process with the installer is going to be minimal at best, because from an installation side, it's going to perform like what they're installing right now on a day-to-day basis in these types of segments. Other attributes of this product, as you can see from the bulleted list on here, is you really do get an excellent stain chemical and scratch resistance because it has a topical finish, a urethane, and a wear layer like an LVT. One of the biggest benefits of a commercial grade LVT is the durability to handle the scuffs and scratches and the typical rigors that a commercial installation is going to put on it, especially in a healthcare situation where you have people shuffling feet, you have wheelchairs, you have hill-run beds, you have just a tremendous amount of equipment and staff walking across the floor, as well patients and visitors on a day-to-day basis. So you really get the attributes of a high-grade commercial LVT product in a sheet format. With the urethane finish, again, no finishes are required or necessary. It certainly can be done if they want a higher gloss, and many of us on this phone call probably know that that happens all the time. So it will accept a finish. Typically, that finish that's put on there is not as high a quality as what the urethane enhanced finish is of our product, but they can certainly do that. 10-year commercial warranty, and then we list a couple of things as far as REACH compliant and California Prop 65 compliant. So the roll size is 1.4 meters wide. That's about 4.6 feet wide and 65 feet long. There is a little bit of a limitation as far as width side, and a lot of that comes from the print film itself. We continue to look at opportunities to go even wider. I think we will be able to in the future, but finding a PVC-free print film really is something unique to the market for manufacturers. And that print film, I want to take a second to talk about that. That gives you the ability to really achieve a stunning visual. Since it's heterogeneous and it's a layered product, being able to print really high-level imagery, like on the wood grains, getting the depth of color, the depth of shading within the grain pattern itself, even a shadow effect to show the depth within that color and that graining of that print film, allows to really give the end user, the designer, that really kind of realistic look of wood that current LVT and WPC and SPC products are. So, and may or may not be achieved by a traditional sheet vinyl. So, our R&D department has spent a significant amount of time, as I mentioned, developing the overall product components itself, and they really do contribute to not only a stunning product, but a performance-based product. Talking about the green side a little bit, obviously this product really hits and checks a lot of the big boxes when you're talking about a impactful product for a manufacturer, a business owner, a healthcare system, and a designer and architect right now that are trying to find products that are impactful to what the owner's telling them that they want. So first and foremost, it's PVC free. It's phthalate free. It is listed on mindful materials. Declare is a big one. Declare on their red list PVC as a red list item. So obviously with this being PVC free, we meet their criteria to not have that red list item on there. That's a very big thing. And obviously from indoor air quality to other certifications, energy and synergy really do hit a phenomenal spot as far as whether it be LEED credits, whether it be certifications that the architect is being told that they need to meet when they're designing that interior space by that property owner, that facility manager, and we feel like from being impactful to the environment, energy and synergy are really right now going to be some of the best products out there. Looking at the product itself, as I mentioned, energy is a wood grain pattern. obviously, you see in the picture, and you'll see it for both products, traditional healthcare sheet goods, so corridors, patient rooms, LDR, labor delivery rooms, anywhere where you're looking for a high performance sheet installation, seamless installation, Energy and Synergy are gonna be there for you. And as I mentioned before, it's going to be able to handle heavy foot traffic, rolling loads, and let's face it, if you can handle being the main part of an installation in a busy healthcare facility, you're going to be able to manage and perform well in other scenarios as well. Whether it be a school system, whether it be a public works building, whether it be assisted living, VA hospitals. When we're talking about a lot of the residents, 80 to 90% of the residents are in some sort of wheeled traffic mode. They're either with a walker, a wheelchair, a gurney. There's really not many products out there that can withstand the test of time and really check the boxes that they're going to want, besides ease, with ease of maintenance, a solid look from an aesthetic side, ease of installation, and a lot of those public spaces, they're looking for impactful environmental products. So Energy and Synergy really do hit that. A couple of technical notes. As I mentioned before, it's obviously a 10-year commercial warranty. From an adhesive side, as I mentioned, the scrim on the back is a very important part of this product. It allows for really strong adhesion. Our technical team has done a phenomenal job of testing this out. We are members of FCICA, and I know our technical team has consulted some of the members and some of the other technical teams that are part of FCICA, and we're really confident in the installation side. And we offer a variety of adhesives depending on what sort of installation you're looking for. If you're looking for a scenario where you might have a higher RH in the slab, you can use a spray adhesive, and you get that lateral shear strength from that spray adhesive and a higher RH tolerance there. It can also withstand some transitional property adhesives. So from our side, we're going to offer you a variety of scenarios from an adhesive offering that will really give you the answer you need for your installation. As I mentioned before, from a welding side, you're certainly going to be able to utilize a hot weld or a cold weld scenario. As far as other, and those weld beads, for example, will be a solid color weld bead, but they've been color coordinated, and we're looking at both dark and light options for the welding to be to coordinate with the product itself. And then really from that, from a technical side, our products themselves have been specifically formulated to really perform from a wear side. And, like I said, the closest I can really put it is some of our LVT products, other than we have formulated this into a PVC-free scenario. So when I compare this to other PVC-free options like a rubber tile or a rubber sheet format or a linoleum, this is really going to perform in the same type of way. You're going to be able to, from a maintenance side, really just take a neutral cleaner, soap and water. You can certainly auto scrub it, dry sweep it, wet mop it. You're going to be able to take a buffing machine to it. So from a maintenance and performance side, you're not going to have to really do anything different as far as what that facility is most likely already doing. If anything, we believe that they should be able to maybe do a little bit less as far as if they were using something that required maybe a finish as far as stripping and waxing routinely. So we believe from a maintenance side, we're going to really provide some scenarios that they could even reduce what their cost impact is from a maintenance side as well. So that being said, I took kind of a stroll through the product, and I took you know, a little bit of time to talk about the technical aspects of it. But you know, that's the basis. We're really excited about it. I mentioned we're launching this in the next 7 to 10 days at the trade show. So if you're not familiar with who is your AVA representative, I invite you to our website. I invite you to contact myself, and we certainly want to take some time, if you're willing, to talk about how Synergy and Energy and maybe any of our products from AVA by Novalis can help you with your products. So at this point, I'll open it up for questions. We've went about 30 minutes. That's what I told Lizzie I would probably go, and I'll open the floor for any questions that anyone has.
Yep. So remember, you just go down to that Q&A tab on your screen, click New Question, type that in, and I'll see it pop up on my end. And keep these anonymous if you're worried about your question. I do have a few here ready to go. So Jeremy, where do you typically see PVC-free products installed?
I mentioned a few of them, but I think, again, you're going to see this product. Our products typically go where other PVC products are right now. So healthcare and education are the two. You're talking about heavy foot traffic areas, heavy use areas with rolling loads. In a school setting, you know, you have students walking everywhere. You have desks, you have tables, you have chairs. You have just a tremendous amount of foot traffic. So, and typically with a minimal amount of maintenance, both daily, monthly, and yearly put on that floor. So, both of those, I see this product, especially with having the urethane finish, ours particularly, being a great place for the assisted living, the long-term residence care. I think our designs lend itself to that area. And I think the beautiful thing about our product is we're very confident that it can be put anywhere. But I see PVC-free products in ours, Synergy and Energy, kind of going right now where your typical sheet vinyls, your sheet rubbers are being installed now.
Okay. Do you believe that there are enough PVC-free options on the market right now?
No, I really don't. I think the market is starving for them. I think rubber products are fantastic. I think they're somewhat limited by the visual. If you don't like a solid color or a marble or a speckled, that's about what you can get with rubber. And I think they're fantastic products, but they are limited. And I think that's what makes our product so unique is with the print film, just like with LVT, we can make it look like whatever you want. And I think that's going to be what the design community itself is going to latch on to is if they're looking for the performance of a PVC-free product, the durability, the dimensional stability, the long-term life cycle costing, but they want that design aspect, Synergy and Energy can get it for you. I think, though, overall the market is starved for this, and I think that's why, we believe this really is a year launch for us. As I kind of hinted before, we're going to, besides our launch at HD Expo, the Hospitality Expo, we're really going to take this launch all the way through NeoCon and at several of the shows that we attend over the next 9 months. We believe there's not enough products like this in the market, so we really do need to educate the design community on what we can do from a design side, and the facility property managers and the building owners and developers that what's out there. So I don't think so, and I think that's why we're so excited, because I think Synergy and Energy are going to fill a hole in the market right now that there's definitely not supply to meet the demand, and so we're really excited about having this opportunity to bring a fairly unique product to the market.
Are there any accessory pieces needed or available to go along with your PVC products?
There is. I'm glad you asked that because I kind of talked around or a little bit about some. So obviously we have the weld rods itself. So if you're looking to do a heat weld, we'll have color coordinating weld rods that'll go with that. Our cold weld system, that'll obviously be color match as well. And then besides that, obviously your standard accessories that you'll need on a commercial space, your reducers, your sheet to carpet joiners or tile to sheet joiners, or any of those traditional commercial accessories that you would see from many of the manufacturers will work with our product. Also, as LVT and print film products like Synergy Energy have become more available, more popular, you see some of the laminated accessories that now you can color coordinate and match to the print films. So I see those being more popular, and I see the durability of those products being improved. So, so from a welding situation, we have complementary products. From an adhesive situation, we have complementary products, and then certainly this product will work right along with your traditional accessories that several FCICA members offer, your manufacturing members offer right now. So you won't need any special accessories, but certainly you'll need your traditional commercial flooring accessories to kind of round out and finish your jobs and your installations.
Are there any technical details or perhaps any technical challenges that you'd like to discuss?
I think it's the fear of the unknown. Obviously, this is in some ways a very similar product to sheet vinyl, but obviously there have been some products that have been launched that I would say are in the same ballpark as Synergy and Energy that maybe haven't been the easiest to install. So, and I think that's why I wanted to talk so much about what our technical team and our R&D team has done as far as such a tremendous job of really making sure that we're putting out a product that's easy to work with, that you don't need to do a bunch of new installation techniques. You need a significant amount of training. If you're installing sheet vinyl, sheet rubber, traditional commercial grade sheet goods, Synergy and Energy are going to be right there. So I think for the most part with the technical, it's going to be the fear of the unknown. Like I said, there's been some products that have been certainly launched that have been in the same realm as our products, and but I don't know that they had the technical support. So I'll put my technical team up against anybody's, and from a support side, what I can promise you is Ava will be there for you, whether it's a on-site training, if it's just a general discussion, if you wanted to do a mock-up beforehand, which especially when you're working with a new product, I would generally encourage it. So I don't think there's any issues or concerns other than the fear of the unknown, and obviously that's our job to educate everyone on the product itself and what's the right way to work with it. So I think that's really the only thing, and that's why I think what you're going to see from us is a very consistent message about Synergy and Energy over this next 6 to 12 months to the commercial flooring market.
Excellent. Well, I am definitely hoping to see you guys at our trade show in March. I will definitely stop by your booth, as I'm sure many will. Those are all of the questions that I have here, and I don't see anyone hanging out in the Q&A panel, so I think we can go ahead and wrap it up. So, Jeremy, of course, thank you so much for presenting today's webinar sponsored by Novalis. It was great having you on today. For those attendees, the webinar's recordings and handouts will be available on FCICA's Member Center and on this education platform. As this is a product webinar, it will also be available on our website and in our YouTube channel. and certified installation managers. You may be asked to submit a feedback form in order to receive your credit. Feedback is always appreciated, so please give us any information that you've got. Any criticisms are always welcome, but we do love positive feedback as well. If Sims or anyone else are looking for more continuing education opportunities, we do have several of our previously presented webinars available on demand. And then on our website under education, we do have a training resources page where we've got some educational opportunities offered. And if you're really looking for something, you can always reach out to me and I can help you find what you're looking for. Okay? Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.